Well, Darren, first off, obviously, we know you've been recovering from COVID-19. How are you feeling? You're back in the dugout today.
Yeah, it was a little weird. I've got to say, first half, there was a couple of times where I got a little bit light-headed, a bit dizzy, and I had to kind of find where I was sort of standing. But it's a strange illness. I mean, like, you know, as everyone knows, my wife's got it, and she's isolating, but with no real problems. And I isolated and thought I was going to die every 2 minutes. But now I feel a lot better now, thank you. And it's certainly nice to be back outside, and I just call it getting angry. Get outside and get angry. So it was a nice day for us today, obviously.
Yeah, it must be nice, particularly when your side win, and especially after going behind by a goal, but to come back and claim all 3 points.
I mean this respectfully, because Hess's sides are always really difficult to play in. I think they got in our box 4 times in the whole 90 minutes. 2 in the first half, one from a set play where we headed out, and then they scored from the corner after that. And I sort of told the players how disappointed I was with that. But that is the flip side to playing such a young team. I mean, we had the under-23s out there today. I mean, it was like Colo and Reedy and Adam Smith were almost like the senior players playing with the kids. That's probably one of the youngest sides I put out. But the flip side of that inexperience and maybe a little bit of naivety is that you get that wonderful energy and that exuberance and that enthusiasm. And I would have thought, even if we'd have gone in at 1-0 behind at half time, we were by far the better team. We played with far more penetrative kind of solutions to the game, and I was pleased with them. I was pleased with them, and you know, Joe's goal just before half time I thought was just deserved.
Yeah, Joe Quigley scoring just before half time, and then 7 minutes into the second half. How pleased with you the 2 goals he took today?
He couldn't have been worse than Wednesday, because he was a disgrace Wednesday, and I told him, and Joe knows that. And Joe's got a great opportunity at this football club to use it as a platform, because you know he's a young man still. He's only 23, even though he looks 50. He's got a wonderful opportunity to practice and refine his trade. And I think we've seen that over the years, especially at Yeovil, with Tommy's, Kiefer Moore's, players like that. I think you have to be patient with big men. I think it's the hardest job to be the big centre forward. You have to take a hell of a lot of criticism from your peers, supporters, your manager. As soon as you don't hold the ball up, you get berated. As soon as you don't win a header, you get berated, just because they're big. And Joe's got an opportunity to refine that position here, and I hope he does so for a lot longer, and especially beyond this season. But what I like about Joe in his form today is I liked his bullish play. I like the bit where he really throws every ounce of that weight around, because in half a handful, I mean, I would have thought 2 centre halves would go on today with a bit of a headache of Joe and Ruben, and then when Murphy come on, Murphy looked like Murphy. You know, he's had a long break, Murph. So I was really pleased with all 3 of them today.
Yeah, Murphy also scoring almost immediately after coming off
good
the bench, and then
good
very good sub.
I was planning that on me deathbed.
But then Joe Quigley had the chance to score the hat trick, missing the penalty spot. Did that slightly take the gleam off the day? Was there a bit of a debate about who was going to take it?
No. Joe was on the pens from Weymouth, but Murph does what a good centre forward should do. He should want to be that one, and they run and get the ball, and then they look over to Uncle Dow, and Uncle Dow wields the iron fist. And Joe, after the Weymouth game, I thought Joe scored that pen, but I think we've missed 4 penalties in 5. I mean, it's a disgraceful stat, a disastrous stat. I just said to him, Adam Smith's taking them from now on, because at least he's bonkers enough to do something that will mean a goal. But I'm disappointed for Joe. I'm really happy he got his 2 for a big centre forward, especially like Joe. I think that means he's our top goal scorer this year now. But 2 is good, and I thought he played very well, Joe. And I just thought the hat-trick would have been a nice moment in his career where he gets the paper tomorrow morning, he sees Quigley 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 85 minutes. Something you kind of hold on to. You hold on to your hat-tricks, don't you, as a striker? And so I was really disappointed, not in him but for him. But the pleasing bit about the leading up to it was how sharp Murphy looked again. His touch was aggressive, and he was on the move, and he had that anticipation. And Murph now knows that there's high competition in our ranks. I thought Ruben led the line like Ruben leads the line. I mean, some of his hold-up play under pressure it almost makes it look as if it's easy. And you've got these big 7-foot centre halves trying to kick lumps out of him, and it just brings the ball down and brings Murphy and Knowles into play. And I thought he was excellent. I thought three of them were excellent, and even Dagnall coming on and playing out of position, brilliant attitude.
Congratulations today, and glad to hear you're feeling better, Darren.